Peace to the chat in the building. Peace to everybody who made it. Love y'all. BlackWrestling.com. Everything, all that stuff. This week we got a conversation that, like, legit, no bullshit, is long overdue. I feel like, Math, correct me if I feel like when we really started rocking, when, like, you know, people was like, yo, it's Black Wrestling. Like, I feel like this brother was, because this brother, he's only been doing the damn thing for 5 years. It's only been about so long. God damn. But over that time frame, you've seen him, they call him the Jet. You see him doing what it needs to be do to prove that he's a Jet all over. You seen him in AEW. You seen him on Impact. You seen him in New Japan. Shoot.
All the G's up.
You seen him in New Japan.
Down, all over the place.
Earlier this week, this is what I was seeing. My man was so happy to be one half of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions for a second time. He holding up both belts.
Yo, he held both belts.
He said, "Let me put my belt on, and then I'm gonna hold up your belt, Kushida." Him and Kushida, speaking of which, they're gonna be in MLP this weekend, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, doing the damn thing. If you up there, go up there and do the damn thing. You're gonna see, man. Look, he's all over New Japan. He got a lot going on. He was also number 26 on this year's BRP 50. I mean, but you already know the vibe. I'm gonna bring him to the stage, brother Kevin the Jet Knight. Thank you for coming to the Black Wrestling Podcast. Let me hit this applause real quick.
Hit that shit ball, Cal, before he steal both of your belts.
Turn it up. Hold on.
Yeah, turn that up.
My fault. I didn't want it to be too overpowering for the people. Let me get it.
He gonna steal your applause too.
Come on. Let me get Kev on the Summer Jam Suite. Kevin, how are you doing? You all over. Are you in the States?
Man, I just touched down last night.
Shit.
Got you. I had a feeling. It's man.
No, just touched down last night. And I'm flying right back out in the morning. So
I was gonna say, I mean, it literally, because again, it was no bullshit. Just this past Monday, the photos was hitting.
No bullshit.
Yes, sir.
You and Kushida did the damn thing again, but then I saw that this was happening this week, and so I'm like, nah, this a traveling man for real.
Hold on, Cal. Hold on. This is my question. My bad, Cab. So you just touched down. What was the first thing you did when you touched down?
Great question.
Hey, I had to get right with a quick little 10-piece.
Oh, we talking chicken or we talking women?
I mean,
it depends on who you ask.
Hey, yo, I like that
type of show.
I like that
kind of show.
You had to get right with the nice little 10-piece honey garlic.
Okay.
Wet, so get right with the laundry. Just get everything in motion for set up for tomorrow. So
that's what's up.
I like that.
Where was the 10-piece from though?
Oh, it's a nice little spot we all call I can't even tell you the name of it. It's a local spot. You know what I'm saying? One of the hole wall spots. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to shout the people out. We got to shout them out, man.
No, but Matt, you know what it is.
They call it A1 Wings.
Say less.
But the thing is, it's like A1, like it's only going to show up if you in that zip code on like Grubhub or whatever, because it's only going to be they hours only about 4 to 9 o'clock or something like that.
Right.
See?
They solid.
No, then it's lit.
Solid.
It's lit.
Jet, you touched down yesterday, so I saw you tweeting. Did you catch that Shelton Benjamin Leo Rush match on Dynamite?
I seen some clips. I ain't get to see the whole thing because I've been jet lagged the whole time.
So you jet lagged. That's why you forgot to hit up Leo Rush and be like, hey, you about to get your ass kicked, bro. He might beat your ass tonight.
Nah, I ain't getting him right because I feel like I be in the weight room a little bit, but nah, that boy Shelton he be in there working. So my fault, Leo.
Hey, but Leo, that's your man too. You supposed to let him know.
Right.
Nah, you're right.
Next time, you got it.
Next time, we got it. I'm about to hit him up on a regular.
But I say you got to get to the group chat early next time. That's great. Nah, but so we talking about you international at this point. You was just Far East, you about to be up north. How does a kid? You from Atlanta?
Originally from Brooklyn, but yeah, raised out in Atlanta. So yeah.
Okay. So how do you go from Brooklyn to Atlanta to 5 years ago? I'm starting to wrestle up in Canada and all these like what? How do you? When did that transition start from Kevin Knight, the regular person, to the jet that we see now?
To the jet that we see now, man. Like you just said, from New York to Atlanta to Seattle, it was just already written in the story. So me just moving all over is like, I try to do everything in different places anyway. So when y'all first hit me up, 2019?
Facts.
I might have had my first match or something, like still been training. It's crazy. I still got the hoodie and the stickers and everything, y'all. So it's crazy.
Talk about it. I like that. What? But that's the crazy part, because I think a lot of people they don't understand like how small the community is. Like, and I think this brother right here specifically, like, there's talent out there. If it's black talents, like, yo, nah, whoever that is, we gotta make sure we put the marker on them so we know what's going on. But were you like, what was your thought when did you start training?
When did I start training? I started training the beginning of 2019. I had tried out a couple spots when I was back at home in Atlanta, like QT Marshall School, AR Fox School, but it was just for one day, checking them out or whatever. But then once I got back to Seattle, I had a job in Seattle at the time. I was just looking up, literally Google how to be a pro wrestler, how to become a pro wrestler. And
that was always the dream?
Yeah, that was always a dream. I had a pretty solidified job after college or whatever, but it was just boring. I was like, I might as well do something I always wanted to do. And
computer guy, right? You were a computer guy.
I was in the IT. I did identity and access management. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It just said, hey, let me. But you was, I guess you was watching wrestling.
Oh yeah, of course.
Growing up,
big fan. I played all the video games, SmackDown, Know Your Role, WrestleMania 19. You know what I'm saying? Like Jeff Hardy was my guy. So
that's what. So when you, I'm gonna jump a little bit. I'm just gonna jump a tad bit. So when you grab both of them tag titles, did you give your brother any of that credit?
Right.
Because your brother, hold on, was your brother the one that got you into pro wrestling?
Of course, he did all the finishing moves to me. He was like, "Yo, let me try this on you, make sure it hurt." You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want no weak finisher for a creative player, so he had to make sure it was the deadliest one. So I took every power bomb, every rock bottom, every Walter Jericho. Make sure he had a good submission move. So I've been selling, I've been bumping since I can remember.
So some of this is to his credit. He gets credit for some of this.
Of course, my older brother, my two big cousins, they would hit everything on me.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's how I go for everybody.
What happened to I got a younger cousin. He went to the service. He didn't try and be a wrestler. We was hitting with all types of choke slams.
That's wild.
Shouts out to Ronnie. I guess some people got some tracks, some people got other tracks. But so you were in Seattle. At a certain point, you hit up Canada. You were training up there as well.
I never trained up in Canada, but in Seattle, I trained at Lucha Libre Volcanica 321 when it was still a thing. Buddy Wayne Academy. Training with Nick Wayne and everybody up there. So, I was just trying to be in the ring as much as I can.
Yeah.
During 2019, I was doing every show I could, doing ring crew, everything. So,
but this came from a background of no amateur wrestling.
Oh no, sir.
What sports were you into?
Was it just
football? Was it just football?
Football was number one, track and field. I come from a family of bowlers. I'm like a fourth generation
bowler.
So we used to be in the lanes every Saturday. League, bowling, the uniform and everything. So that was my three main sports.
You still bowling?
Oh yeah. Anytime however much money you try to lose, we get the lanes. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
I didn't know I'm not a bowler at all. I didn't realize it was that deep. Again,
it gets serious.
It's real.
So you're doing train. How does it go from being in the States to like, all right, I'm about to go to Japan.
I'm packing up and I'm heading.
I'm about to be a young lion. Like, what was that? One of those steps that you had in your plan, or how did that come about?
I never saw myself taking the Young Lion or the New Japan route. Actually, a few guys that I train with, they just told me about New Japan. They said they like athletes, they hire athletes, and yeah, you should try it out. I was like, okay, cool, that sounds good to me.
Right.
Like, so I signed up for the camp. I pay my way and everything. I do a drop kick in there, and then immediately Sabata and Rocky Romero come talk to me and want to do a tryout the week after, and during that week they try to kill me.
They try to break you.
Yeah, hit me with all the squats, hit me with all the push-ups, whatever it is. Literally living in a pool of sweat.
But they said him. They saw your meeting. It was like, nah, get him right there. Bring him over here. We about to do something.
Now,
nah, for sure.
How was that? Did at the time prior to going to New Japan, did you know anything about Young Lions, and did you know that you would be one of the few, if not first, African American Young Lions?
Like I said, I didn't know anything about New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think the first time I ever saw it was that year, the Super J Cup when it came to Tacoma. It was the main event was Amazing Red and Ospreay. That was the first time I ever seen it. So I was going in there completely blind. But actually, I think that helped me just get into the process. When I did the tryout, I wasn't super nervous or anything. I just treated it like a regular practice. You know what I mean? And then once they liked me, it was like, okay, I could really do this. I took everything in steps.
Now,
So,
go ahead.
My bad, Cal. We got a question from cousin J-Bo. He asked, how's the training in Japan versus the training in the States? How do they compare?
That's a good question.
From me personally, I did an LA dojo, so it was Japanese style training in America. So can you guys still hear me?
No, we with you, baby.
We right with you. We locked in.
I didn't know if my thing was locked out. But the biggest thing that they focus on is using your voice in practice. Like a lot of times when you watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, the crowd is real quiet. They're not being all rowdy and just like American crowds or even lucha crowds are. They're really sitting there watching your technique and everything. So it's like not only you got to be nice with the technique, your voice got to be, you got to show that passion, that emotion. So that's the biggest thing they stress in practice, just letting out your voice. And me being like a naturally shy, quiet guy, it was like a way to just release everything, you know? Yeah. So it was a whole different experience from the American style.
Normally when you like the very quiet, shy, kind of timid people, when you super dope in one area, like sports or whatever, you tend to start showing out. Is watching Deion Sanders, because I think he says Deion.
That's the guy.
And Cameron. Did you start to channel them when you knew you were dope over here and you like, you know what, I'm gonna start showing out.
Right.
Are those the two people that made you channel that part of it?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Seeing how confident they are in their abilities definitely helped me just find that in myself and express that in how I want to be shown. You know, just I love seeing confidence in people, and I want to show that through myself too. So it's seeing how they do it's like, okay, I like how they do it. Let me put my little spin on it and everything. So it's just finding yourself within that process.
Well, I mean, I guess that kind of leads to, because at a certain point you went from a young lion to now I'm good. I believe it was probably around the time of the Super Juniors a couple of years ago.
Yeah, almost 2 years ago, my first tour.
Was
he was busting ass, if you ain't know.
Well, and I think I do also feel like outside of us and like outside the people that know, you know, about what's going on in the scene, being in New Japan on that type of level with the KUSHIDA is going to put your name in front of people no matter what. What's that relationship been like with him, you know, as one half of the Jet Setters?
Man, KUSHIDA's been nothing but supportive on my side. That man is a legend, like a legend in the game. I don't even know if he knows how big he is. But he just he doesn't even know how much I watch him, how much I pick up from him, just like his mind for the game, how he approaches just a wrestling match, period, how he approaches, how he carries himself, how he warms up, how he takes care of his body. I watch everything. And I just pick up on so many different things and just learn from his mistakes and take his way of doing things, just put it in my flavor. You know what I mean? 'Cause we come from two separate completely different cultures, but we still understand each other, you know?
Right.
So it's an amazing connection that we have. And the fact that we've been doing it for almost 2 years now is time flies.
There was a clip before you guys, again became two-time junior heavyweight tag team champions, where you went to the backstage, you was about to cut your promo, like you could see, between the 2 weeks, this is a black dude from America, this is a straight up, Japanese legend, but y'all, there's a rapport there. But it was one thing, because Kevin Knight said, "Hey, we about to get them white girls." He said, "Soon enough, we about to get them snowballs."
Wait a minute.
Come on, it's about that time.
I was crying.
It's that time.
He said, "We about to get them white girls." I said, "Okay, no, but what's that feeling like?" Because I mean, we're rolling into another Super Juniors, very soon. What's it like? What's your mind state now compared to 2 years ago, teaming with Kushida, going into a Super Juniors tournament?
Man, they say you either got to pick a body part, whether it's your shoulder or your back. You either got a chip on your shoulder or a target on your back. So 2 years ago, last year, we had a chip on our shoulder. We were just trying to prove ourselves. We just were thrown together as a random tag teams. I'm still a young lion, so it's like just a lot we got to throw at the table. We got to let people know that we serious. And then we just won the belts a few days ago. Now we got the target on our back. So it's like we see it from a whole different perspective. Everybody in that tournament gunning for our position. So it says we got to establish. So that we the top dogs. Like we the ones that's running this division, and the ones that's the ones to beat. It says a whole different perspective.
Talking about whole different perspectives and being in Japan outside of pro wrestling, like what was the time frame of your last stay when before you just got back?
2 days ago. 2 days ago, I think we did the event Monday. Flew out Tuesday. You lose a whole day.
Yeah, flying over,
coming back. So I spent a whole day basically on a plane, and it was the same day by the time that I left, but 15 hours passed. So,
God damn. Do you get? I mean, have you gotten time to like really spend time in Japan? Like, what and what's that experience like? Being a totally different environment and experience.
Right.
Being black in that environment.
Man, it is so interesting. From the first tour where it was three of us, it was me, Leo, Chris Bay. Everywhere we would go, we getting shout outs to them. We were getting stares at wherever we went, asking us, "Oh, are you guys basketball players? That are you superstars?" And we're like, "Nah, we're just doctors. We're just here on business. like to mess with the people."
Right.
But it's cool because you get to connect with a whole different culture. Like we go to the clubs. They playing nothing but hip hop music. They playing 50 Cent. They playing Lil Uzi. They playing Young Thug and all that. So we in there, we lit, we turned. So
it's perfect for y'all.
Yeah. So and just like we're just having a great time. Of course, they're playing the EDM dubstep, so you got to get used to having different vibes and stuff.
Right.
So it's just cool just seeing how different cultures interact with each other. And then the food is crazy too. Like we bonded heavy over the Indian food, over the ramen, over the yakiniku. Everything is crazy over there. So
what's yakimiku?
Yakiniku is kind of like Korean barbecue. You get the food and you cook it right in front of you for yourself. So that thing hitting. They be hitting. The steak go crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna, because there's the one that was the Ribera Steakhouse.
Ribera Steakhouse.
You went over there?
Yes, sir. My first tour, we all went there. They didn't have no jackets the time we went.
That's trash.
Nah, for real. But Ribera's solid. So just seeing how they view, obviously there's not many of us over there, black people over there. So when they find out that you're a wrestler, that you wrestle for New Japan Pro Wrestling, it's a blessing. I go shopping all the time out there, and they want me to take pictures. They want to come to a show. They want to do all of this, and then so it's just cool just seeing the admiration from a whole different culture.
Facts.
They don't know anything about where I come from. I don't know anything about where they come from, but it's a mutual respect.
Word.
So it's amazing.
Word.
No, kick your shit, Cal. Go ahead.
Because I was going to say, I mean, this ain't going to be on Japanese soil, but I mean, speaking of your affiliation with New Japan,
Yes, sir.
You got. I mean, I see you cooking. We'll talk a little bit about you cooking in the cities, but like, what's this all about? You know, I mean, this David Finlay was that guy for a minute. It looked like they had talk about targets on the back. He was supposed to be that one.
Yeah, do he owe you one?
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, I took his little war puppies belts. The little
this tag. Is wild, man. Yeah, he owe you one.
The tag belts. Yeah, he definitely owed me one. For what he did to me in DC, hit me with the shillelagh. First time I ever been hit over the head with that. So
yeah, I saw that.
You know what I'm saying?
There. Christ.
I still got a bad taste in my mouth. So we got the tag title belts now. So I'm definitely gunning for that global championship. It only makes sense for the Jet to be a global champion.
That's what I like to hear.
Start of something that we might see.
Man, I was watching the Jet because shouts out to Ashe. Ashe put up.
Hold on, Cal.
What I do?
Hold on.
Wait.
Because for about 5 shows.
Ashe?
It's been about 5. Hold on. It's been about for 5 black wrestling shows. I spoke about how I have never seen an individual jump over a clothesline.
Oh man,
that was a moment. Nah, that was a moment for real.
To figure out, and I'm asking everybody. I say, "Yo, this motherfucker jumped over a clothesline."
Over the clothesline.
AI is crazy nowadays, ain't it?
What? How?
He said what?
Facts. I mean, it's the Jet, but how?
Yeah.
How?
Right. The name speak for itself. I can't really explain too much further. You know what I'm saying? So you
accept it. I'm gonna accept it.
Cause I watched the other day. I watched the this is gonna sound crazy. I watched the Undertaker Mankind Buried Alive match from 1996. But there's a moment. I wish there was a moment where Taker jumped over the guardrail. Like people but like I mean he wasn't over a clothesline, dog.
Undertaker nice with it. People sleep on Undertaker's athleticism.
Hold on, he ain't jumping over no clothesline. I don't give a goddamn what he did. When I seen this, when I say mesmerized, I say, man, this thing.
He been talking about that.
He is that one. I have never seen this, and I know you talk about. I've watched so many fucking. Pardon me. I watched so many interviews of Kevin Knight, and I always hear Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy. Yes, Jeff Hardy. Yes, I can see the inspiration in what he don't do no shit like this.
Nah.
I have never seen like the drop kick is rare that you see somebody that pull off one of these drop kicks.
Right.
The fact that you jumped, I'm sorry, Chad.
He been on that move for a minute ever since you did it.
For sure. My bad. No, you good. And it's crazy that you say the Jeff Hardy thing. The main reason I was drawn to Jeff Hardy was just because of his entrance, what he wore to the ring. Yeah. He didn't look like a traditional wrestler. I liked him because he was so different. It wasn't really much of what he did in the ring. It was more so just how he presented himself. Like that's what really drew me to pro wrestling, just how you present yourself, the presentation. So of course the high flying moves he did was cool, but I just liked him because like he came out with the face paint, he wore something different, the arm sleeves. Like that's the reason why I liked him. So
I'm gonna say this. And it's not the short Jeff Hardy. We love Jeff Hardy.
Of course.
Shout out to Jeff Hardy. But I never looked at Jeff Hardy and said, this nigga cool. Excuse my language. I've never said Jeff Hardy is cool.
You
Cal, when I see Kevin Knight, it's only a handful of these motherfuckers. I'm like, yo, this nigga cool.
Facts.
When I saw Kevin Knight,
it's the shades.
I'm like, all right, he cool. And then when I saw Kevin Knight, I said, yo, this nigga super cool.
Well, because
you got that they don't have. And I sit there and talk about superior athletes. Like it's a lot of black professional wrestlers who are superior athlete.
100%.
You are a superior athlete, but it's not a lot who are superior and cool.
Right.
Like this shit is fly.
it's like on the game where, like, if you create a character, if you put too much of a stat on one, you lose on the other. You know, you got to you be having to balance it out. But because me, DDM, and Mimi, we was at a Jobber Slam 4. And I already knew. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm about to see Kevin Knight live. He about to wrestle Yaya." And then
JTG pull up.
JTG pull up like, "Hey yo, we making it a triple threat." I mean, seeing you and Ashe again. I was just watching the 6-man the world title qualifier match from their last show. But seeing you and Ashe, seeing you all over this year in particular, has it felt different? I mean, do you feel like you're on a different level, not just wrestling, but also in terms of like your name and your status, kind of in the game 5 years after you really started getting at it?
Word. I just feel like I'm improving every time I get in the ring. That's the best thing I could say. And I feel like I've been improving a lot in the ring because I've been working on myself personally, inside, outside the ring, just like life experiences. I try a lot of different things. I've been doing acting classes this whole year.
Oh, word.
Been getting into my guitar. So I've just been doing a lot of different avenues. And I feel like that's been helping shape who I am. And that's just been helping me express myself through wrestling. So I just feel like the more I learn about myself, the better I do get in the ring. So that, to answer your question, that's how I feel. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to a lot of the stuff going on. I just pay attention to how people react to me in person, what people say to me in person. That's how I react. You know, social media is whatever. But when I see people like showing love in person, and people were like Shelton Benjamin or Swerve wanting to do my theme song, or like you know, me chopping it up with all different type of people, it's like, okay, you know, yes, I am being known. Yes, people do know about me. So it's cool just being in those talks, being in those conversations.
Word. You mentioned a couple people. I know you've been wrestling this year. Did you have any favorite matches this year? I mean, we towards the end of the year, and you look back in 2020 for like, that was one of them ones.
One of them ones, man. I got to go back to Sakura Genesis. Back in Ryogoku Sumo Hall, it was a 3-way between us, Catch 22, and the War Dogs. If you haven't seen that one, check it out.
Word. Okay.
Check that out.
It was dope. Action everywhere. Shelton Benjamin just did his thing with Leo last night, but we had a good one about a month ago at Defy.
Yeah.
So yeah, check that one out. I think it's streaming on their website.
I believe
so those probably like my top 2 this year. Just like those were parts this year we could really feel energy in the moment. You know what I mean? Just get lost in it. So those 2 was like, okay, I'm here. I'm here now. So
I like that.
Word.
Cal kind of took what I was going to ask. I know you. I saw you talking about one of your favorite matches. Now, like since you've been wrestling, is not that you've wrestled in, but that you watched was Ospreay Naito. Do you have a match that you feel like compares to one of your matches that you would say, this is my Ospreay Naito?
Man, first of all, Ospreay and Naito, another level. Like the storytelling, their execution on everything, the stakes of it being in the G1 climax. You know what I'm saying? That environment is bar none. So it's even hard to say something compares to that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like my moments was like that. It was definitely one I had with Moose last year. On Impact. Just a great fight from Understory. Again, a few weeks ago with Shelton Benjamin, a great fight from Understory. And me and Speedball Mike Bailey always put on classics. So we had a couple on TNA and on the All-Star Festival last year in Philly. So those is my top. And I'm like, I felt great about them because I'm a very, very, very hard critic on myself. So, but those few is like, okay, I'm happy with that one. I'm happy with that.
I'm gonna be honest. You stop listening to yourself. Start listening to me. Start listening to me. Because when I say you doing what you supposed to, listen to me. You know what I'm saying?
Say no more.
Don't kick them out yet. I got one.
No, I got. I mean, we almost there.
We here.
We almost there. But I mean, you because you've mentioned a lot of names. You wrestled a lot of big names. Do you have like a Kill Bill list of like, yo, these are the people that I need to have those matches with that you haven't wrestled so far?
You wrestled Mustafa.
Mustafa was a great one too.
Yeah.
We could use a little bit more time because I feel like we didn't get to showcase everything.
I didn't. You
Um,
didn't. You didn't.
but it's a little teaser.
Right.
And that was what over 6 months ago. So I've
Yeah.
improved so much,
Right.
so much.
Right.
But honestly, Kill Bill list for me personally, no. I feel like is there anybody want to step in the ring with the jet? You know what I'm saying?
Oof.
I like to flip it on people. It's not really.
I
don't
that.
really want to see how I compare to other people. I compare myself to the mirror. So
Facts.
That's how I'm feeling.
That's that Deion Sanders shit. Keep talking that fly shit. Talk that shit.
That makes sense. No, that makes sense now you said that.
So my cousin, he's backstage. He's chilling.
Shout out.
But this is for him. I think I heard somewhere where you're a Better Call Saul fan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, big Better Call Saul fan.
Okay.
So did you? I just want to know, did you finish the series before we go?
Did.
Okay.
I did. Yeah.
So the dynamic between you being a younger brother, can you relate to the dynamic of Saul and his brother? I just wanted to know how you felt about that. Could you relate to Saul or Jimmy?
Man, I'm gonna say I'm a middle child, so I can relate to both of them. To Charles McGill and Jimmy. Because I've been both the older brother and the little brother, and my older brother is trying to be a father figure to me, and me doing the same to my little brother. So it's like I understand both dynamics. So I definitely resonate with a lot of what Charles has to say, but Jimmy is like, that's that dude. He's undeniable. Like
Word.
he could talk his way out of a telephone booth. Like his talk is crazy.
That is a fact. So here's my second part to that question.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been watching the series called The Bloodline, but there's an issue with Jimmy and Jay.
Oh, okay. So you talking about that Bloodline? Word. I didn't know you were talking about Disney Plus or something.
That was good.
Yo.
With Jimmy and Jay, how will you feel? Can you relate to either one of them? And whose side are you on? And should Jay kick Roman Reigns' ass?
I'm gonna have to get a whole recap of everything.
You know what? No, that's all good.
We'll have to have that conversation another time. We will have to have that conversation another time.
So I'm always with Roman Reigns, so I don't know the whole backstory and everything, the details, but gotta put.
Nah, makes sense.
I gotta put my ones up.
Put your ones up. You gotta put your ones up. Nah, I respect it.
You got the wrong one. Yeah.
Nah, Jet. We could I think we're gonna stick a pin in this because I think especially after your next couple dates, maybe after. So we're gonna have to have another conversation about what's been going on in the next 6 months of your career. Appreciate you coming through. Before you get out of here, shout out where people can find you online, your social medias, whatever you want to shout out.
Yes, sir. Shout out. I'm on Twitter, X, whatever it's called, Meta, Facebook, Instagram at Jet2Fly with 2 Y's. So yeah, hit me up on that.
Follow him.
For real. Cav, for real. I'm glad we was able to finally get this interview in
long overdue.
Long overdue. Thank you for coming through. Safe travels. Go beat their ass up at Maple Leaf, and then best wishes to you in the Super Juniors and everything. Thank you for coming through. You gotta go. Next time.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Thank you. We'll talk soon. Man. Peace.